Yo, what is up guys? It's Jake, back from Sleepy in Savannah. Like as per usual with the hopefully early days of this channel, I have taken a sabbatical, holiday sabbatical from posting, but today we are back, as you know, with a comprehensive holster video. Just kind of going over my thoughts and the holsters I own in my collection currently for the pistols I own in my collection currently. So before we get started, so we can just, I know the video will cut, but all the pistols you can see here in this video, alright, have been cleared and they will remain so for the entire video. Just kind of have them out to show how they fit into each holster and how it kind of all works, and my thoughts and honest review behind my holster. This is kind of a rapid fire video, kind of going through all the holsters I've sunk money into. I'm fully aware that some of y'all have like a ton of holsters. You've been a gun owner for a lot longer than I have, but today I'm just pitching my opinion and would love to see yours in the comment. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, welcome back. So the first gun we are going to get into is the one I have the most holsters for, so we're going to knock it out of the way, and it is my, obviously, pretty honestly my favorite gun, and it's kind of my Goldilocks do-it-all firearm, and that's going to be heavily featured on this channel. Glock 19 Gen 5 with suppressor high sights, Holosun 507C if I'm not mistaken. It's the one with the red dot in the solar panel. Upgraded Apex trigger, TLR1 Streamlight, and this is off of Amazon, an aluminum plug, just kind of running over what it is. I use this gun for everything. This is my concealed carry gun, this is bedside gun, this is my competition gun. So this is my everything. Everything gun that does everything, kind of my Goldilocks gun. So we're gonna look at the holsters I have for it. All right, so I have 3 holsters. The first holster I own, or the first holster I'm going to talk about, is subsequently the first holster I own and the one I have the most use out of. I mean, this holster I use consistently in all the videos you see me out on the range, and this is my competition holster, but it also goes on my battle belt if I ever use this gun in that capacity. And this is a T-Rex Arm Ragnarok holster. It's a Kydex holster, custom made for this gun. So it'd be, yeah, Glock with this specific light. And with my Glock, that's all the holsters I own for it are fitted so they can fit this light. A big thing I believe in, and I may or may not mention it in other videos before, and hopefully this channel will get a spree of videos of me back out on the flat range. I usually go in large groups, ergo I don't really record it, but I have been shooting basically every week, or at a pace very similar to that. But I really believe in purpose-driven weapons. I'm not a collector when it comes to guns. That's kind of, I'm not super into the collecting. I have 1 or 2 guns that are kind of more of like, oh, I wanted it and it's a collector thing and it's cool. I get to, you know, open it up out of the safe or case or whatever, call it like safe queens, I think is what they call, or safe princesses. So while I'm kind of going with the holsters, you're gonna see they're very much mirror the purposes of the gun, and the holsters that I own drive the purpose of the gun. So this one, seeing as it is kind of my primary concealed carry option, plus competition gun, and I wanted to have a gun that I could shoot competition with that was full size, because I can conceal it, and kind of use for home defense. So I have the 20 round magazines and, you know, 27 Glock 17 mags. So this gun obviously fits great onto here. And hold this out, this is the Safariland, I think mid-ride quick release system. I have one of these on my belt, and then I have a spare one here that I usually give to people I go to the range with, and then they can attach one of these pistols if they want, or if they have a holster. But as you can see, fits right there. I've covered this in the battle belt video. Just kind of wanted to show you guys this one. This one can be used more in like maybe outside the waistband setting, not necessarily attached to a battle belt, because most competitions don't let you use this thigh strap, at least in USPSA. So why I bought this holster, I wanted something I could shoot, a holster I could shoot off the range. I'm a huge believer in pistols need holsters. If you own a pistol without a holster, in my mind, I'm not gonna roast you or anything, but it's kind of silly, like, because then that kind of means you're not using that pistol functionally, which I guess for a lot of people it's not really the point if they're using it for plinking, but still, learning how to draw is great. So this holster is honestly amazing. It has 3 points where you can adjust how the retention on it. It doesn't have any sort of mechanisms that lock it in. So in theory, like, anybody could walk up and grab it. So not necessarily great for an occupational, maybe a law enforcement or military occupation. And then as you can see here, I kind of put the holster a little bit at a cant. I wouldn't say that this is entirely a competition holster. I use it for competition holsters. There are other websites who make better competition holders that allow an easier draw. This one, you have to, as you can see here, you have to like pull straight up quite a lot, honestly, with the flashlight to clear it from the holster. So yeah, I have a lot of love for this holster. However, T-Rex Arms make phenomenal holsters, and honestly, this one was a great way to start the collections. Getting into the second holster I ever bought, and one that I honestly do not like, but it's for concealed carry, is We the People holster. I know a lot of people that use these, so I'm not going to shit all over it, but this one just honestly tried it with concealment. Didn't really work well with my body type, but the thing I do use it for, or used it for until recently, was storage. So when I keep this on my nightstand, you should always keep it in a holster. It's a second, a layer of safety for it. And then I put a magazine in here, so that's how I store it. It sits on my nightstand. It used to sit in this, so that was really nice. This was pretty cheap, about 80 bucks. You can adjust the cant on it up here. I played around with it a ton. I put it back to how it originally was, like factory, and then one screw for retention. So you can't customize the retention that much. And then this Kydex really digs into my side. I think this holster might be made for appendix or back carry, but I'm trying to make 4 o'clock work, so that's why I bought this. Tried it out, honestly, wasn't for me. I don't think I'll go with this company anymore, but still good company. Don't really want to shit on it, but definitely more of like an Instagram company. You know what I mean? Like, they do a lot of their promotions on Instagram. And the final holster, and I think already one of my favorites, is the Crossbreed holster. So this holster has a Kydex front. This is the LDS2 system. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the Super Tuck with the light I'm running. It does offer options for lights. I've just committed so much to this particular weapon light that I didn't want to switch out a light to get a Super Tuck, but in reality, I probably should have. This is made for appendix or back carry. I have the upgraded leather, by the way, and Crossbreed are very high quality leather company, or holster company that makes pseudo leather holsters, and I like this because it's extremely comfortable. This is how my Glock sits now. I'm still breaking this holster in, but honestly amazing. So you can see each holster kind of has a purpose, for concealed carry, and then competition is that other one. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of this holster. We'll probably go deeper into it, but it's what I own. This is kind of what I've been using lately. Still trying to break it in because I just got it recently, like in between the publishing of this last video and this current video. Got it. As you can see, the leather's kind of breaking in. Honestly, just need to kind of wear it around the apartment more, put the pistol in to make it work. But love this holster. And obviously it's a concealed carry holster made for concealed carry, so obviously has a very clear role. So now we'll kind of take a breather and get into the easiest one. I only own one holster for this particular weapon. I'm gonna bring back this piece, and that is this Safariland 3, or I think it's ALS, and it has 3 levels of retention. So I'm not gonna cover all the levels because I don't know it. I'm sure there's something in there, but it has the quick release system, or not quick release, that's this. It does have the quick release system, kind of set up at a similar cant to my other pistol, and then it has this thumb release right here, and this hood, as well as this like gun grab kind of shield. It's flimsy plastic, but in my opinion, what I've seen, they post a lot of videos on their website about this, and it really does kind of just give you those second or two extra to kind of fight off somebody trying to grab your gun. Because think about it, from going at this angle, it's really hard. You have to like go under here, then move the hood, then push this thumb release back and come in with another hand and pull it. So looking at this, and like kind of already, as you can see, very duty style-esque holster. This is the holster that the organization I work for uses, and they also use this particular firearm. So this gun's purpose is kind of training for my work, and to mirror that, same with the holster. Actually, if I wanted to, I could use this holster on the job, but very similar concept. So this gun in my collection also has a very clear purpose, and the holster matches that. Obviously, very high quality holster. This is probably the most expensive holster I have. It's a little over $100. The Crossbreed LDS was about $80. I think I got it on a sale. This one was about 80. I think the Ragnarok's actually 70. That's, you know, not including this fork, but this with the fork, I think it was about $100, but very high quality holster. I mean, the retention's amazing. I really had to work on this to get the retention just right. Like if I shake it upside down, or I was running on the range and my gun fell out a few times. This one, obviously just right with like the 18 levels of retention. And this holster, like, I have a lot of love for it. Honestly, got a lot of love for this holster. I think if you are a law enforcement officer, especially because you can purchase your own holsters, I would highly recommend this one. And the draw, you know, if I kind of do scenarios like from the, like with the hood up, as in like you're unexpected, somebody's selling you unexpected, or you kind of have an idea, you can push the hood forward. Like I would picture this. I'm not a law enforcement officer, but picture responding to a call, they kind of push the hood forward because they know, you know, something's going to go down if they get called to something, and then all they have to do is do the thumb release, and you can still get very fast draw times with this holster. But this is a fantastic piece of equipment. I'm kind of glazing it, or like hyping it up a little much, so I'm you know, just push this one aside. So for the final pistol I own, it is the Jericho, which is one of the first videos that people, gotta put the decocker down, or one of the first videos that really did well on this channel, the Jericho 941 RS. So this pistol, oh my gosh, I don't know who makes holsters for it, but this holster right here in particular, you can kind of see this here doesn't line up with the safety. This holster is actually designed by Hillside Holsters. If you're curious, I'll drop their link in the comment section. Just ask. They make one for the Jericho 941F, like the full size. So the barrel length is 4.4 as opposed to this one's. This barrel's 3.8. So he actually had to have a long phone call conversation with them. He actually had to cut this down based off what I said, because he only has the mold for his particular gun. So as you can see, like there's nothing here that this really covers. I think there was, but right now not, and only 1 point of retention here. But still, shout out to these guys for making this work. I think I really tightened down the retention too much. I obviously haven't gotten a lot of range time with this. Similar to the T-Rex arms holster. Apologize for that. Great, I like this one. You can manipulate the safety outside the holster, and same with the hammer, but you could always, while still covering the trigger guard. This holster was actually pretty expensive too, because he had to do a lot of custom stuff to it. So this holster will probably be the rarest holster in my collection because it was only made for me, but I like it a lot. And the biggest thing I was looking for, I wanted a range holster for this pistol. So this pistol is kind of like a backup pistol. I wouldn't really say it's a truck gun because it's kind of a novelty. Like I was speaking earlier, oh, I don't have those. Yeah, I'm lying a little bit. This is more like a secondary pistol, you know? Like something I can slide one of my friends or something in a dire situation, or whatever. It's kind of a secondary pistol mixed with a somewhat of a novelty pistol because it is from the show that I love, Cowboy Bebop, and my brother and I both own pistols like this. So as you can see, final little showcase, fits right in. So this is great for the range. This pistol and the M17 are great. My buddies who kind of just show up and they're like, oh, you know, I didn't bring a pistol. I'm like, hey, no problem. I got 2 pistols and a spare drop leg or mid-section ride, so they can shoot all 3 of my pistols. Whoops, sorry about that. All 3 of my pistols, you know, kind of alternating, just all with the Safariland Pure quick release system, which, in my opinion, which is this fork that you can screw into the pistol. You know, most pistol companies, damn, I'm just hitting this camera all over the place, come with them, but as you can see, really gives me a lot of options. And if I buy any pistols in the future, you know they're going to be on this rotation. So when I go to the range and I'm wearing my battle belt or range belt, it's kind of a mix of both, honestly. I can shoot any pistol. I can transport them in these holsters to keep them, you know, just to keep everything safe and on the up and up. And then I can pull these out of my range bag or my case and just slap them on my belt, alternate them kind of for what I need to do. Last holster that I can cover, or I want to cover, that I own. I do have an Uncle Mike's, yeah, I lied to you. I know, I'm sorry. I do own an Uncle Mike's holster that isn't light compatible with the Glock 19. I'm not going to dig that out. It was technically the first, it was a gift from one of my really good buddies, the first holster I ever owned, but yeah. This right here, this is the Super Tuck. So this is a concealed carry holster made, obviously not broken in, but made for strong side carry. And as you can see, it's made for the IWI Jericho 941. This is also from Crossbreed. Also got this with the other one. This one was cheap. This one was like 50 bucks, not light compatible. So this one I got because it was relatively inexpensive, $50 I saw it. As you can see, it has that same little line here that the other holster has because it's made for the 941, good lord, F, and this is the 941 RS. So very different guns, but I saw that, you know, obviously it doesn't really, the slide length doesn't matter, so I knew it could make the slide work. I think I ordered it for the 941 FS because that would explain how short it comes down here. Like this one because it's also Kydex and leather, and with enough time wearing it, it'll form to your particular body. I also got the upgraded leather, so spent a little extra, maybe 10 bucks, rounding it out to 60 for that. And you can adjust these, a lot of high modularity. And that kind of fits this gun. This gun is, you know, if I ever really get into it and I really like it, you know, when I become old and I'm a boomer or a FUD or whatever, I might start carrying this around. But honestly, just a style thing. You know, I really like the gun, and I believe that all pistols need holsters. So that's kind of my belief. And that's the last holster I have for you guys today. Obviously, I own, what is that? 6 holsters I just went through. I own one more, so I own 7 between 3 guns. I'm a big fan, big believer in owning holsters, and really enjoy them. Really kind of makes the range and practical shooting fun, and you know, it makes sense. It's good training, you know, because draw is an important skill as a firearms owner, and I think a lot of firearms owners do very poor jobs or do a very poor job in showing that off. So I think it's very important, you know, for you to own holsters for your pistols. And I was just, you know, this video is just kind of me running through my world of holsters and the purpose behind all of them and why I bought them. Maybe give you guys, you know, some motivation or some ideas to what holsters do you need for what guns. Like for this, I'm never gonna carry the M17. It's my pistol I own with the longest slide at the moment, and there's just no purpose for me to conceal carry it. So all I need is this duty holster. if I ever decide to shoot USPSA, you know, open with it, throw a compensator on there and a light and, you know, a gas pedal and all that crazy stuff, I'll get a new holster. But right now the only thing it does for me, it's kind of like a training piece, and I don't really feel the need to own anything else besides a holster that lets me fulfill that role. My Glock has the most holsters because it's what I use the most. I'm thinking about even getting a more clearly defined competition holder, as well as a Safariland holster like this one with a bunch of retention for it, so I can use it in as many capacities as possible. Obviously this is the pistol I'm the best with. It was the first pistol I owned, so got a lot of love there. It'll get a lot of love with the holsters. And for the Jericho, honestly, like I mentioned, my brother and I bought the same pistol, so I kind of wanted to test out some holsters and see what would work, what wouldn't work. So when he starts shooting it more, maybe he wants to carry this. I kind of have the knowledge to share with him. Plus, I think this pistol is fun. It's kind of a fun thing, kind of a fun way to cross train or, you know, take a break from the Glock. I can use this pistol, but I hope you guys, you know, maybe learned something, maybe just, you know, enjoyed my ramblings on pistol holsters. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll hopefully see you next week. Bye.